Thank you for all showing up here for this, whatever it is. And we're going to play a couple songs, and then we're going to do an interview with Jim Cohen over here. We call him Mr. Zabanali.
You guys can play now, but only if Peter gets to dance naked.
I can't sit up there and play the piano. Okay.
Just because I think we put away some chairs.
We're going to play a song called 20 Small Cigars. I'm sure some of you know that piece. Well, let's do it like this. I'm going to do that intro that we do. You're too kind. We're going to play another piece that is an original piece called Free Energy. And it's kind of Zappa-esque, if you will. That's why we're playing. Actually, this piece was influenced by Pound for a Brown. And we'll just keep this out here. The Pound for a Brown basically is in 7/8 or 7/4, and so I wrote a piece in 7 to kind of be a companion piece. You put this up in your stand. Okay. You guys want to hear one more song or?
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Okay. Huh?
What do you want to do?
Any requests? No. Zappa wrote over 2,000 songs. It's impossible to know all of Zappa's songs.
That'd be gravy.
That's not a song. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Here's everyone's favorite. Now this song was written in E flat minor. I don't know how many people are musicians in the audience, but for us that's a very difficult key. So we decided to do it in D minor and then play it at the end in E flat minor.
The easy way out.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And now I'd like to bring up Jim Cohen.
Who invited all these people? Sorry? Who invited all these people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Your first group?
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you.
Do I get one too? Ja, also natürlich, also.
Now, when I speak German, I get amplified. So, natürlich brauchen DonBunk keine größere Vorstellung. Also jeder weiß, wer sie sind und was sie mehr oder weniger mal erreicht haben, dass die hier bei uns sind. Es gibt aber ein paar ganz interessante Appliances heute Morgen und natürlich auch mal auf Anfrage von der eine Groupie, wo auch immer sie ist. We'll start by discussing the brand new DVD. It's time for the DVD. Would you like to say a couple of things about the DVD?
This is our new DVD. We recorded this around April in Hamburg, and it was fixed, if you will, and manipulated, and there were 4 cameras doing this shoot for the DVD, and Ralph Kessler, he produced this, one of the greatest producer, engineer people on the planet.
Who's here?
Yeah, he's back there.
Wave, Ralph.
Right.
Hey, Ralph. And so we're very happy to have this come out. It's quite an industrious work, if you will call it, and we did our best to bring something really great for you.
Where can they buy it?
That's what I want to know. There's a thing back here that they're selling, but I don't know who you pay.
Okay.
Natürlich, also kaufen kann man das ja auch mal hier im Shop. The dealer will be glad to take your money. Oder Dilek auch. Back in the back. Of course, it will probably be up at the merchandise tent on the main festival. But if you want to get yours now and maybe get it signed by the artist, this would be a good idea.
Any questions?
Well,
Yes, actually, I'd like to know because, of course, the grandmothers and the grandmothers west, and there's so many incarnations. Who exactly is playing? I can see from here. I've left my glasses back in there to be age appropriate, but yeah.
Well, funny you should ask.
that's my job.
It's me. I'm on this, and Bunk, of course, is on this. The most recent incarnation of this group, which has gone through a lot of people, almost more than Zappa. The drummer is Chris Garcia, and he's been with this incarnation for 11 years. And as it says on here, this band has played over 400 concerts on 4 continents since 1903.
That's history right there.
I know that should show you how old I am.
Auch während es nicht schön.
From 2003. And anyhow, the other member of this, David Parlato, he's our bass player. He was on 11 albums with Zappa, and or the Mothers, and at the time the Grand Wazoo, and that ensemble of people went on to record a bunch of things. And you have any comments here?
Soul.
No. Well, 2003. Well, I would like to mention that I shouldn't, but Don and I are 81, and I think to survive in this industry at this point, and we are still alive and breathing, is a testament to, I wonder sometimes what it is, but to still be playing Frank's music, I think there's a life force there for us to, and this is truly, so many people, not only here in the Zappanau Festival, that have come up to us, and this is very heartfelt, say how you changed my life. So we understand what an impact Frank's music made. Mostly guys. I don't see a lot of women, but I would like to say that. And so many times, they would say, we were down in the basement listening to your records, and But again, it's a testament, I think, to Frank's music to live this long. And to see so many fans here at Zappanau, it's just borders on the incredible. And again, thank you for supporting Frank's music and enjoying it, obviously, to the fullest.
Also er hat natürlich mehr oder weniger gefolgt, was Bunk gesagt hat, aber die Tatsache, dass die jeweils 81 Jahre alt sind, dass so lange in diesem Geschäft oder Industrie, und es sollte eigentlich eine Kunstform sein und keine Industrie, aber es ist klar, das kommt nur mit ein bisschen besonderer Lebenskraft. Und Bunk meint also, dass das Gefühl, das man hat, in deren Alter zu wissen, so viele Leute, die auf sie zukommen und sagen, ihr habt unser Leben geändert, dass er meint mit Recht, dass es ein gewisses Zeugnis zu der Lebenskraft, zu das, was in Zappas Musik, was auch immer es ist, was da drin ist, dass das einen dann so weit, das sage ich nicht, übers Wasser. Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely girlfriend Dawn has brought an appliance that he would like to share with you. Dawn, would you like to tell us about what part of the body that's for?
Can you tell?
Well, it says here.
What?
This is our latest development in the band because of our age. And we sometimes have some problems with the brain. And so I invented this device, which is a brainwave enhancer. Sometimes it's a brainwave exciter. But usually there's so many cute girls in the audience, I don't need any excitement. So I built this thing because it enhances the brainwaves and kind of puts us back. Sometimes it goes a little too far, and we lose. Then we go on the other way, which is halfway between crazy and crazy. So I'm not going to. I will show you a few of the developments here.
Should I take the mic for you?
This is the primer that we start this thing up with. Okay, and then we turn on the static electricity. And then for the final touch, we get the I'm trying to think of the words. It's well, just simply put, shock treatments. Once again, it's like.
Would you like to don, if I may say it, don the device to demonstrate?
No.
No. no. Don actually does go crazy.
But you have to come to the show in order to see this work.
I was going to say, either that or Don has to, or Bunk has to put it on.
Oh, no. There's monster potentials in that hat.
You know, I used to transform and I gave it up.
Good.
It was a little bit hard on me, but now with the brainwave enhancer, it happens all the time now. I can't stop it.
You may have to send it to Washington. I think it could do some good.
Yeah, right.
I put it in one of those crates right next to the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, that's it. Bunk, were you at...
Hey, now you were at Zappanale 2. That was before I was...
No, that was a lie.
Oh, that was a lie.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. It was a lie.
And
When-
there it is in big, huge print.
Oh.
It's in the book.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Okay, so you've been lying to us all these years. Well, that's right. We've been lying to you too, so.
But I was in 4 and 5.
At 4 and
And
5.
Bunk.
And Bunk, that was going to be my next question. You guys were here as the grandmothers, if I correctly know.
Yeah.
So, what's your take, so to speak? What do you think now, at 23 or 21 years later? Because I never made the early Zappanale myself, but Don's already, your brainwaves have been sort of collaterally excited.
The second time we came here, they put us up in a hospital. It's quite a, I don't know if, I mean, there are many of them. Of course, this is bad, DonBunk. And this was a kind of a natural-ish, as you say,
Yeah.
place that has baths and hot springs and all that kind of stuff. And then so there were all these people coming in, walking around the halls in bathrobes, and so I thought, gee, I could walk around the halls in a bathrobe too. So anyhow, that's what the second time that we were here, we stayed in the hospital, and it's gotten a little better. Now we're in a palace.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a palace, but it was Palace Hotel. We have one of those downtown Los Angeles too.
I know that one, $20 an hour.
Yeah, $3 a day.
Natürlich das erste Mal, damals waren die Sachen ja noch nicht so ausgereift wie heute. Also es sind Bunk und Don runtergebracht im Klinik da oben. Und Don meinte, also es war ja ganz klar, alle schienen irgendwie rumzulaufen in ihre Bademantel. Und er meinte, das schien ihm auch mal ganz gut. Und daraufhin hat er die Erzählung ganz abrupt abgebrochen. Deswegen, weil ich glaube, naja, was passierte, als er da an seinem Bademantel rumgelaufen ist, werden wir nicht erfahren. But it's alright, I'm just telling some lies. So yeah. But of course, jetzt wo man im Palais bleiben kann, things have gotten a little better with your help. I know, that's, this is being recorded. Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, alright. Very good. The last time that I saw you guys was, of course, in Munich in Unterfahrt. The time before that was the first time I ever saw you do a solo on your iPhone. Now, I don't want to be too newbie, but that was pretty fucking amazing. How did you come up with the idea, or I know there's got to be an app for it, but
Well,
I found this app, as you know, as we call them, stands for application. And this thing was amazing. I could program a scale on it, and I could program the filtration, and also the degree of high or low notes that it played. And so I said, gee, this would be great to use with the band. And I tried it, and it was great. Yeah, and so I've been doing it ever since.
what's the name of the app?
What's the app called?
The name of the app is called Bebot, like robot, only Bebot. And there's a little man on the screen that when you move your finger around, he goes, ah,
And
my suggestion would be the next time you do a solo on the phone, arrange to have a video stream of your screen on the monitor behind you, and that could be, it depends if you can get avatars, like maybe you can get some, have Dr. Dot appear or something, you never know. Yeah. And we're going to have to wait a while for there to be a saxophone app, I assume.
You will.
Yes. Yeah. We're sitting, of course, underneath a very sort of imposing picture. Those two fellas, which
Oh my
I suppose,
God.
yeah. I think, Don, you played with Jean-Luc Ponty, but Bunk, you had left the group already, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. and
I've
that-
never played with
Oh, you
John.
didn't?
No, I have
Okay.
played with George Duke, but
All right, okay. And with Frank.
yeah.
Good heavens, I haven't done my homework. I didn't know that. I thought George was much later. Oh, yeah.
And we saw him, he came to our concert about he came to our concert about 3 months before he died, and it was really great. It was really great to see him, and because we were old friends because of being in the band together and everything. But something weird happened to me 3 days ago, well, 4 or 5 days ago. We were playing 2 festivals in Austria. And both festivals, one of the other acts was Johnny Winter. Johnny, and remember, maybe you know Edgar Winter. Well, I noticed he was not feeling well, and so I decided to go over to his dressing room, which was right next to ours. And the guys that were helping him be there, they asked me to come over. Well, they actually found out my age, and Johnny is like 70, and he's having a lot of physical problems, and so I went over there and I said, okay. I said, you know what you need to do? You need to do some Stravinsky exercises. Oh, what's that? And I said, well,
We're not insured.
first you take each leg and you swing them back and forth. Like that. Then you do the same thing with your arms. You twist around. Do those 20 times each, right? And then what you have to reach down as far as you can. And just those alone, that ought to get you up and running, in no time.
How many times did he punch you?
He died 2 days ago. And I mean, you got to realize the position that puts me in. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's hard to help. So I had to tell you people about that because it's one of the weirdest things that I've ever experienced.
I'll remember that next time I listen to Firebird Suite. Yeah. You guys, of course, have been on tour now in Europe. And is touring in the States, has it gotten any easier since, I'll euphemize and say, the legal issues have been clarified? Has anything changed?
No.
Ron?
Not really, but I must say that the enthusiasm of Zappa fanatics, to a degree, are so much more, in every sense of the word, rabid and enthusiastic in Europe as compared to the United States. Believe us, it's a treat to perform for audiences like that. And that's not to, disrespect the fans in the United States, but I think that it really shows in the culture and the appreciation for music and the arts in general that it's more enjoyable. And just off the top of my head, in the United States, a musician might be called a weirdo in the community. And it's nice to be revered here as not being a weirdo, although yes we are. Again, it's really a treat though to play for fans who are so knowledgeable and enthusiastic about Frank's music, and that's why we enjoy coming here more so than traveling in the United States.
I'd like to add to that. Well, one of the things that recently happened is that we lost our agent. He went to another agency and didn't take us with him because they only wanted, 18-year-olds. So, but I wanted to say that one of the things I've noticed is that Europeans seem to, they seem to remember music and things like that. They remember. They're not as critical about old age as Americans are, and we're just way more accepted here than we are in the United States. And I think that's attributed to your intelligence, the people in Europe, because they understand, they like the music more because it's intelligent, and all the things that go along with that. So once again, along with Bunk, I'm so happy to be able to come over here and perform, and it's just incredible and beautiful too.
Europeans tend not to be passive consumers, they eat it up. You know? Ja. Natürlich, so die zwei haben sich gerade gegenseitig bestätigt, dass die Zuhörerschaften in Amerika deswegen anders sind, weil die Amerikaner, sagen wir mal, eine kürzere Gedächtnis haben. Positiv formuliert, die Europäer sind viel engagierter und intelligenter, wenn sie ihre Medien oder ihre Musik einnehmen. Und das ist für sie dann, egal welche Rahmenbedingungen in den Staaten, also gesetzlich oder sonst was gibt, dass es immer mehr Spaß macht hier, weil Sie wissen das ja, in Amerika als Musiker, besonders als Pop oder so Modern Musiker, bist du sofort ein Weirdo. Und Bunk hat recht, man ist Weirdo, aber nicht wie das gemeint ist. Hier ist man einfach ein Musiker, man ist geschätzt und respektiert, aber trotzdem Weirdo. Und das ist auch sehr, sehr wichtig.
If there's any personal questions.
Also gibt es ja Fragen jederlei Art, hoffentlich peinlich und witzig oder auch einfach mal ganz normal?
Yeah. I remember old interviews where Frank Zappa said that it would be hard for Europeans to really understand his music because there were so many American topics in there and things that you have been growing up in the United States to be able to understand. How do you think this works with the things you just say about Europeans understand music better and appreciate it even more than Americans do? Are there stuff
I'm not sure exactly what the question is.
No, that's...
Wait.
Can I speak louder?
I didn't hear him. Didn't know what he
Okay, I was asked to repeat the question. In some old interviews, primarily with European interviewers, Frank Zappa himself said that it would be hard for a European to understand his music because in the music and in the lyrics there are so many topics that has to do with being an American and understanding the American society. And for a European that would be impossible.
Well, but first of all, that statement proves that he wasn't a genius. And I'll tell you why. Because you people, there's a symphony orchestra in just about every town in Europe. I mean, it's mind-boggling. You think that's true in the United States? It isn't. Maybe the major cities, they have an orchestra, but I mean, there's a little place in Zlin, Hungary. I mean, it's a town, it's not a city. They have a full symphony orchestra there and a hall to play in, and people go to listen. And it's kind of died out a little bit, the classical music. There's not as many radio stations, but you have a history of listening to incredible music. And I think that it's in your genes, so to speak, whereas American people, you know, if it isn't Madonna or Lady Gaga or, you know, something like that, and I actually liked that Lady Gaga because she was so unique and bizarre. But once again, you know, there's more to music than that, and you people kind of understand the music more than the average person in the United States.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that statement, but I think in the mid-'60s, late '60s, or early '70s, there certainly was a social, political, whatever revolution in the United States. But what I would like to add is that I believe it was last year, the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra had a night playing Frank Zappa music. And it sold out. It was a huge hit.
Yeah.
And from a standpoint of everybody saying, wow, we got all these different kind of people to listen to Frank's music. And the orchestra dressed up with ribbons in their hair and, you know, did whatever they wanted to do. We are now, I think, at some point, going to play Frank Zappa music with a symphony orchestra, and maybe more so here than there. But it's a chance, I think, to draw a lot of people who might not come to hear symphonic music or classical music and be exposed to some of Frank's music and enjoy the hell out of it. So that, I think, is a little possibly of our future of reaching a larger audience with Frank's music through a little more classical approach, because certainly Frank loved classical music and included a lot of melodies from Perez, Stravinsky, you know, you name it. And I think that is a new opening for Frank's music and for us, that we're going to reach a larger audience and make people more aware of his music.
Wenn ich ganz kurz mal da auch einsteigen darf, weil ganz genau dieser Kulturbezug ist mein Steckenpferd sozusagen. Zappa hat oft genug sich selbst ein bisschen ausgelacht, wenn er Lieder geschrieben hat über Fernsehwerbung zum Beispiel, den man wirklich nur in Los Angeles, geschweige in Amerika, kennen würde. Es gibt immer ein gewisses Gefälle, also sei es zwischen derjenige aus Los Angeles, der Zappa gut kennt, und derjenige in Iowa, der ihn mitbekommt, aber das ganze Lebensgefühl nicht kennt. Das ist eine Art Gefälle. Es gibt auch eine natürlich europäische, amerikanische Gefälle, der sehr groß ist. Sicherlich, wie Bunk gesagt hat, in den 60er, die Tatsache, dass Zappa lange Haare hat, hieß für viele Europäer, ach, der ist Rebellion, der hasst Amerika, so war ja eigentlich nicht so. In dem Sinne gab es ein sehr großes Gefälle, aber auch mal, wie die beiden auch gesagt haben, der typische Zappa-Zuhörer in den Staaten gehört wahrscheinlich eher zu dieser aktiven Konsument, wie die Europäer es getan haben. Ich glaube, Zappa sagt einfach oft so, ach, keiner weiß, wovon ich rede, mach dir keine Gedanken drüber. So.
More questions? More questions, I'm sure.
What?
I was asking them for more questions.
Oh. No, okay. Moni.
I'm glad I see you again.
Well, I'm very happy to see you, and is there anyone that doesn't know who Moni is? Mrs. Well, she was Mrs. Jimmy Carl Black.
Yeah.
Just a comment from my side, I learned American via Zappa, and each time I came over, people were impressed how my road American, how deep I got into it.
Sounds good for me.
Wow.
Okay, wonderful.
Well, if you want, we will play one more selection before we go. I don't have my music, that's
Me either, I don't know why.
Okay.
Gardner.